Hi, my name is Isaac Benitez. I'm a customer success manager at Odoo San Francisco. If you want to send me any question, feel free to do it. I'm sure my information will be displayed somewhere in the description box. Thank you very much for joining us today for the Odoo Experience 2020. And today I'm going to talk about search engine optimization tips and tricks. SEO is a set of tools to make your site better for search engines, right? It's just being able to configure your site so that search engines find it and display it for the users, right? So this is a huge topic, SEO. It's a very, very interesting topic. I really like it, and it's one of these topics that people don't really agree on everything, right? So, and that's the nature of this topic, because no one really knows Google's algorithm, right? So in this with SEO, there's a lot of people who think that this technique will work, and another set of people that say the same technique doesn't work anymore or never worked actually, right? So there are so many different things and myths around SEO. So because of that, today I'm just going to talk about the best practices, the most well-accepted practices that, most of the community consider efficient and that they work. And of course, I won't talk about any black hat technique or even white hat technique. So I'm just going to talk about these best practices, and I'm going to show you how to apply these on a Odoo website. So another thing, we won't do any coding, so you don't need any coding skills to do this optimization for your website, and we will optimize 100% of the website. So zero coding skills to optimize 100% of your website. That's really, really cool. So let's jump into the demonstration, and let me switch my screen. So for this demonstration, I just installed, of course, the website module. I also installed the e-commerce module because I want to show you how to optimize that also in case you are using e-commerce. I also installed the blogs module for content creation, and just the sales application because I want to show you something around your product configuration. So it's a very simple database. If you can, I really encourage you to create one. It's free. You can try it, and you can try to implement what I'm showing here today. So I really encourage you to go to odoo.com and create an account if you don't have one, and also create a database to test. So also for this presentation, I created this website. It's just a demonstration website. It took me only 5 minutes to create it, and I think it's really professional. I don't have any graphic design skills, but I think it looks really nice, and I will use it to show you all these tips and tricks. So in this example, I'm selling recording gear. I'm a company that sells microphones and speakers for musicians and music producers and so on. So let's start. And the first thing that I want to mention about SEO is that your website has to be mobile friendly. So that's the first thing, and it sounds like really obvious, but if your website is not mobile friendly, Google won't prioritize it, and most of the time users will visit your website or even Google, or will start searching Google using a mobile phone. And because the user is searching with a mobile phone, Google will prioritize the websites that are mobile friendly. So if your website is not mobile friendly, Google won't show it, just that. So the good news here with Odoo website is that it is by default mobile friendly. So you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to activate any configuration to make it mobile friendly. So you have this here, this icon here, and what it does is it shows you a preview of your website. So you can see here that it is mobile friendly, and it is just like that by default, so you don't have to do anything. It looks really well, and this is already a great advantage. If, as I was saying, if your website is not mobile friendly, then Google won't show it, just like that. So that's the first thing. Second optimization is what I call the technical optimization, and this is probably the main configuration that you actually have to do, or the main optimization. And to do that, we are going to optimize the titles, the descriptions, the keywords, URLs in the social images. And Odoo comes with this tool called Promote, and there is a menu here, Optimize SEO. And so basically what we want to do is to come up with a really nice search result like this. This is actually a preview of what Google is going to show in the browser to the user when they are searching for something. So what you want to do is you want to have a really interesting title here, because if Google shows your website, right, you made it to the first page of Google, and then they just see home, Audirec, they won't even know what that is about, and they won't click it, and then Google will know that users are not clicking your link, and then Google will stop showing your link. So you don't want that. That's very important to correct or to optimize. So in this case, probably for my company, I'm going to type something more interesting, like best recording gear for home studios, something like that. And I also want this title to be short, and I want the title to be complete. I don't want Google to truncate this, right? If I keep writing, Google will trim here the result, so the user won't be able to read the whole thing, and that's a really bad thing. So I really recommend you to keep it short, keep it very clear, and that way users will click it, and then Google will keep showing that result and probably promoting this link more. The same with the description. The description has to be a really interesting description so that users want to click it. And the description, you can correct it here. Really good description, right? And you see how the result changes. And this is what we're trying to do here. We're trying to show a very good result that users want to click. So the next one is the keywords. And keywords, again, it's one of those topics where some people say keywords don't work anymore. Keywords are still something within the protocol, the HTML protocol. So I would recommend you to put something here, recording gear, probably, just because it's part of the protocol. Some people think it doesn't work anymore. I could just do it. I wouldn't spend much time on this, but yeah, I do recommend to use it. Probably don't spend most of your efforts on this. And finally, there is this images, this set of images, and these images will be shown when someone or you, your marketing team, shares this on Facebook or other social networks. And again, there is a preview here. You want to have really good, interesting image, and again, you want to have really good title and description. That comes also from this section, and that's very important because Google not only indexes your website, but it also indexes social networks. So if your website does not appear in the first page of results on Google, chances are that your post in the social network will. And that's very important. That's another way to be part of Google results. And I really, really encourage you to optimize this section because that will give you more traffic too. Okay, so last thing for this technical part I didn't mention is the URL. You always want to make sure that you have very short URLs here, again, because the search engines like short URLs and well optimized URLs, and also users don't want to see like a super long weird URL here, right? They want to see something, or they prefer to see something short, something that makes sense, and again, they will want to click it, and then Google will want to show you results more. So this is the heavy part, the technical part. So the good thing is that this link to optimize your website is present everywhere. So if I go to the shop section where I'm showing here my products, again, I can optimize, right? I can do the same and optimize. And if I have a blog, again, I can do the same, and the pages, the options here, and I can optimize it. That's really, really cool. So you can do that in every page, every single page if you want. So that takes me to the next tip, and it's about e-commerce. And let me go to the shop section where my products are. And again, it's very important that each product, I would recommend you, each product should be optimized also. And it sounds like, I imagine if you have like 1,000 products, that would be really difficult, but we are optimizing here, right? We're doing SEO, we are optimizing our website. So I recommend you to do it. And let's do the same, let's optimize it. And here, I'm just gonna optimize this, again, this section. And this is a little, it's okay, but there is something here that's bothering me. So probably I would just use this text, I would put it here, and then it's more clear. I like it better. Then I have this description, and I think it looks pretty good. It shows what the microphone is about, shows the brand, and it shows that it is a large diaphragm condenser microphone, so that's interesting for the user. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave it like that. The URL, probably I could optimize it more. Probably I could type something like just the model AKG P2020, and just like that. I'll leave it like that. It's a much more readable URL. Odoo does a really good job optimizing the URLs, if you see. So it's already an optimized URL, but you can do it better. So I'll leave it like that. That's much more readable, and that's it. Keywords, I will do something around keywords, probably just the brand too. And again, for social media, I could probably use something else, something more appealing to the user. Yeah, so probably something like this that motivates the user to open the link, something like that. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do for this product, and you can do it for every product. So there is something I wanted to show you around that, because let me go to the sales application, and when you create your products to optimize for search engine, you can do this. You can come to each product and you can define a good title just from here. And this title, if it's already optimized, then you don't really have to do anything else in the website app. So that's something you can do. And for the description, you can come here to the sales tab and add a good description that is also optimized. And then that's it. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to say like optimize each product here, right? So that's a very good trick that I wanted to show you, because this information comes from the product definition itself. So if you do it in advance, then you don't have to optimize anything else. So that's another trick. Then something else that I really wanted to show you as a trick, and something that probably, I think this is actually the most valuable part of optimization, and it has to do with content creation. and that's why I installed a blog here. And basically, if you I'd say if you want to take anything from this presentation, is the idea of creating content, because that's going to bring you actually the most traffic. So yeah, you have to optimize your website as I'm describing, but actually what really brings traffic is content. And that's why I'm showing you Odoo website comes with a blog already. You don't have to do anything else. You don't even have to pay more. So create content, create really good blog posts for your customers. And in this case, for instance, I'm selling microphones, right? And I'm an expert on my industry, so I can help my customers showing them how to record an acoustic guitar, for instance. So I'm going to create this blog post, how to record an acoustic guitar, and I'm going to provide a really good information around this topic, because I'm an expert. I want my customers to use very good, or to find very good information. And Google will, since this is very valuable information, Google will show it in the search results, and your users will benefit from this information and probably even buy a microphone, because I'm gonna for sure put a link here to my products, right? So you can put a link here to the microphone and that you're recommending, and the users might buy it. So content creation is one of the most important things that you should do for in terms of search engine optimization. So yeah, the takeaway is write very good content, help your customers, and that way they will find you on Google. And again, you have the promote link, and this is something very important. You should do it for each blog post. You have to make sure that it is optimized. You have the very same options here. You can, I would do the same. For instance, I will remove that part, put it like this, and that's way more interesting. Probably I could add a question mark. Sorry about that. There you go. So that's way more readable, and probably here record guitar, something like that. And that's very much, I mean, that's much better. I would do it like that. And again, if you create a blog post and you put a very good title here and the description that you want to be shown by Google here, then you don't have to do anything else, right? So yeah, that's another trick. But I really recommend you to use Odoo blog, because that will give you a ton of traffic, believe me. Okay, finally, I want to talk a little bit about the robots the robots file to hide some of the pages from Google. And that's another technique that, I mean, I think you should do it to tell Google not to index some pages of your website that they won't help the users. For example, the sign-in page, probably you want to hide that, and you can do it. Let me show you here. You can come to the Contact Us page. For instance, if I want to hide this, I can do it by going to Pages, Page Properties, Publish, and I will deactivate this indexed option. Basically, what that's going to do is it's going to tell Google not to show this page in the search results, and that's also, it benefits you, because users won't get to a page that has no information for them. If they do, they will just go back to Google, and then Google's gonna penalize you for that, because users are going to your website, but then they just go back immediately, and then Google's gonna say, okay, this website is not useful for users. So yeah, it makes sense to to block these website these links out of Google. And again, you do have a configuration for the robots file if you want to code something. There is a way to configure that. And let me show you really fast. If I go to the website configuration, just to conclude, let me open the settings, and just to conclude this presentation, we can go here, down here, there is a SEO section 2, and you have the robots file here. If you want to modify it, you can do it. I said there was not going to be any coding, and this is not really coding, but looks a lot like code, so I won't show it. And just to conclude, what is SEO if you don't have any statistics, right? So we do have a way to activate Google Analytics. So you just go ahead and create an account at Google Analytics, and then you put the tracking ID here, and your website will be registered in Google to show you how well your SEO efforts are doing. You can also have the Google console, the Google Search Console. So you can also put it here, and this is a tool that Google provides to analyze your website to let you know if your website is optimized or not. And also you have a way to upload a sitemap also for Google. So pretty much these are the tips. So make your website mobile friendly. Do this optimization around the title, descriptions, and URLs, and even the images for social media, because that will bring you traffic. If you have e-commerce, also do it. Optimize each product. Use the the robots file or this option to deactivate some pages that you don't need to be displayed in the Google search engine. And finally, yeah, track your efforts by using statistics. So I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching today. If you have any question, I'm available. We have time for questions. So yeah, thank you.
Hi, Isaac. Thank you very much for this talk. Unfortunately, we don't have the time to do the Q&A session live, so we'll provide a link to the extended Q&A online so that all of you guys will get the answers you want to your questions from Isaac. Again, thank you very much and speak to you soon. Bye.